folks, I'm Tom Basso. Welcome to Week in Review. This is where we take a look at all the reviews we did last week, give you short comments on each of them, and if you want to see the full review, you can click the links in the description. Sounds easy, right? It is. Here we go.
Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. Last week I reviewed 4 games. Let's take a look at them. I reviewed a party game called On Your Mark. And this is a drawing, sketching style game. Think kind of Pictionary. But the trick here is that every player is going to start with a board that they draw on that already has something on it. Some line, something. And you have to incorporate that thing into your sketch. You're given a category. You will then draft those boards with already some squiggles on there, and you have to make those two things work together. Very entertaining game. Definitely takes something like Pictionary and blows it away. It's a little closer to Telestrations, and I really enjoy this one. I reviewed a game called Multi-Universum, which is a card game about getting the right combinations to work for it. It's a very puzzly game. Interesting. You are trying to go around these different locations and close portals to other worlds. Very colorful, really amazing artwork as well, and the game just has a real puzzly feel to it that does not bog down too much as long as you play with a smaller player count. I reviewed a game called Scylla. This is a little bit of an older game that I really enjoy, and in it you are part of the Roman Council. You are dealing with a lot of different things, like trying to build great works, buildings, and trying to please the people, and trying to quash crises that are cropping up. Lots going on, but it's a game that I find thematic and engaging, and a game that where you are forced to make trade-offs. Anything you use towards one thing is something you can use towards a different problem, and I enjoy it very much. And then lastly, I reviewed a game called Quinto, the card game. Now, Quinto, the original one, is a roll and write game, and Quinto, the card game, you are using a different system to accomplish a very similar thing. You are still writing in your numbers, and you're trying to get the highest score on your own little personal board, but you don't roll dice. You play cards instead. And that little change has made the game much thinkier, because you now have a limited hand of cards. You can actually plan for something. You have to manipulate the system as opposed to just grabbing the dice you want to roll and see what happens. And I like it better than the dice one, actually. It's a little longer, and it's slightly slower. But the rewards from that trade-off, I think, are very much worth it, and I really like it. One of my favorites in this style of game. And that's it for me. I will see you all next time.
Hello, Dice Tower fans. This week I did a review of Baron Park from Phil Walker Harding. And in this game you are placing tiles like Tetris and just matching up these perfectly good shaped things here with other perfectly good shaped things. And you do so in the most efficient way and fast as possible to make the most out of points. And that's the game. It's so you already know the rules, and I really like this game. So please check out my review and you can judge for yourself and see if this is something for you. Okay, see ya!
Hey, what's up, Dice Tower? This week in review, I took a look at quite a few things. First of all, Manhattan Project Chain Reaction by Minion Games. Great condensed version of the Manhattan Project, bared down into a card game. It's fun, it's fast, it plays, pretty quickly, and it's got a lot of replay value. So you check that out, and it's about this big, so it can fit in your pocket, actually. Pretty cool game, Chain Reaction by Minion Games. Secondly, I took it Oktoberfest by Rio Grande Games. This game looks great on the outside. The board is a little bit dark. I mentioned that in the review, but this game is fun. It has 2 different types of auctions, and that's pretty much it. You're auctioning things off and you're trying to get people to work with you or try not to work against you and all that sort of stuff. So Oktoberfest by Rio Grande Games, excellent game. You should check it out. And last but not least, I took a look at Lumen Fide by Time Stories. That is my favorite Time Story scenario since Asylum. It was that good. So make sure, if you're a Time Stories fan, to watch all the reviews that are non-spoilery about it so you can get all the different perspectives, because this is my favorite one since the beginning. So that's it for this week in review. Till next time, we'll see ya.
Hey folks, welcome back to another week in review. I was part of 6 different videos this week, and so we'll start with the lowest one and go to the highest ranked one as far as I'm concerned. The lowest one, in my opinion, there were actually two this week that I reviewed that were 5s for me. The first one was Crazy Creatures of Dr. Gloom. It's a neat enough game, but really, at the end of the day, for me at least, it was neither here nor there. I don't think I'll ever pull it off the shelf, personally speaking, but if it hits the table, sure, I'll play it, but for me, really, it's just a 5. Not that great. Nothing really to see there. It's pretty dated, but again, decent game, just not usually my fare. Another one was Siege. This is also a 5 for me. Kind of in the same boat as Crazy Creatures of Dr. Gloom, but I think I like this one a little bit better, which is why I'm doing this one second and not first, even though they're the same rating. Siege, I think it has a little bit more chrome to it, a little bit more pizzazz, so to speak. It's not just play a card or whatever. There is a little bit more thinking process there, so I did enjoy it more than Crazy Creatures, but still just a 5, really neither here nor there for me. Didn't really enjoy it that much, but I do see some of the intricacies that could be there. Another one was Unreal Estate, put out by Grand Gamers Guild, and this one is a 6 for me because I like the artwork on it, and I think it's cool that way. I like the different set collection aspect of it, and I also like the card drafting aspect of it as well. But it is a very, very light game, and because of that, those games are cool, and I like playing them every once in a while, but for the most part, they're not really high up on my to-do list as far as getting them played again and again and again. So it gets a little bit of a lower rating just because it's not my kind of game, but it's got decent mechanics and it does flow well. It's a little of a letdown, though, on the scoring aspect. I would have liked to have been able to score more points, and I probably will be able to if I get better at the game, but there's that. So that was Unreal Estate by Grand Gamers Guild. Then I was also able to do a review with Tom and Z for Dice Forge with Miami Dice. I rated this one a 7. I really enjoyed it a lot. Had a great time with it. I like the customizable dice aspect, building the dice and changing the faces of them and that type of thing. On top of that, I really thought that the artwork was very well done. The aesthetic layout of the game was also very well done, and I just liked the theme that they wrapped around it. It could probably be anything that's out there, but I really did enjoy it. So that's Dice Forge. Gave that one a 7. Also, another 7 for me this week was Traitor Mechanic, the Traitor Mechanic game. And this one I actually almost just simply overlooked, simply because it's in that line from Greater Than games of, tongue-in-cheek games where, they did Deck Builder, the deck building game, and then now they're doing Traitor Mechanic, the Traitor Mechanic game. So I thought, oh, whatever. So I gave it a shot, ended up really enjoying it, had a great time, played it a bunch of times in one night with the group that I was playing with, so we really enjoyed it, had a great time with it. So that's Traitor Mechanic, the Traitor Mechanic game. And my best review this week, as far as the one that I liked the most at least, was the Scythe Factory from Meeple Realty. I gave this one a 9 out of 10. Now, a lot of people are disagreeing with me in the comment section of the video, and that's fine and dandy, to each their own. But I really did enjoy it. I thought it was a great design. It was a little difficult to put together, but I still enjoyed the end product, and hopefully be able to get to use that here pretty soon. Now, that is it for me. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
Okay, and for me, first of all, Saboteur the Duel was an abysmally bad game. It is essentially Mealborn's. Two-player Saboteur is a fun game for a lot of people because you're trying to figure out who the Saboteur is. In a two-player game, you know who they are. It's your opponent, and they just play bad cards on you that you really can't do much about. Not fun at all. All In wasn't a big fan of this one either. It's like, hey, here's something. Is it true or false? I'm gonna read a statement, and everyone tells me it's true or false. The components are not that good of quality. The questions are written by a bunch of Beavis and Butthead type characters. Just wasn't very impressed. HIDE. This is a logic game where you are hiding dice and trying to go to different spots and then trying to assassinate other people. Sounds interesting, but the logic is not that strong. Assassinating people is too powerful, and there's no negative benefit to I felt the game almost broke. And Three Secrets, some people are really going to like this one, but it's a version of Dark Stories where you see a picture and you just keep asking questions to somebody to try to figure out what happened in that picture. The problem is I thought that the things were so esoteric and so weird and strange that we couldn't figure out exactly what was going on, and I was not a big fan of that. Castellars, this game was fun. I love the theme, you know, or it looks fun, I mean. The theme, as you stack up a tower of people and try not to make them fall over. Well, I guess them falling over doesn't really matter. Take that cards, it's just too light and it's very fiddly. The artwork is fantastic, but the game itself doesn't hold up. But have no fear, I did like some games this week. Cookie Box. This is a fast game where you're just trying to turn over tiles and make them match an arrangement, a speed game, but because the tiles have different sides, you have to use logic to figure out which ones need to be flipped over. It's a silly little short game with very high quality components. Ghosts love candy. Yes, they do. In this game, you're ghosts trying to scare kids and get their candy. It's a simultaneous selection game as you try to scare kids, but not too much, because if you scare kids too much, then you have to deal with them crying or something like that, which is worth negative points. But meanwhile, trying to get that delicious, delicious candy. Wordsy. This is a game that's like Scrabble, but you're trying to pick the biggest words you know. You're trying to pick a vocabulary word, and so there's a bunch of letters out there. You try to pick a word that has as many of those letters in as you can, but you can use letters that aren't there. It's a solid word game. 1960. This is, Melody and I took a look at this one. This is a reworking of GMT of the original game from Z-Man Games that takes place to the 1960 election. Richard Nixon versus John F. Kennedy. It's a great card game as you try to control different states. There's a lot of back and forth. Excellent game. Check it out. Dice Forge. Sam Z and I all took a look at this one. Really like this game of building dice and rolling them. It's very simple. You roll, build, roll, 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 build, roll, build. Easy, simple, and yet just a lot of fun. Great artwork too. Too Many Bones. I've been taking some flack on my review of this because I said I didn't think much of the components. I still don't think that much of them in many regards. Parts of them are really neat of this game, but the dice look cheap, and I feel like the artwork and graphic design is lackluster. That being said, I still think the game is really good. It's an excellent RPG dice game. Love it. It's very deep, has a steep learning curve, but very fun. Also, look at the new Terraforming Mars map. This is 2 more maps for Terraforming Mars. That's pretty much that. And then finally, I talked about why I love Caverna. Caverna is an amazing, amazing game. I'm not going to go into here why I like it so much. It's just one of my favorite games. You can check that out. And in fact, next week we'll be talking about Caverna Cave vs. Cave. Is that as good? We'll find out. Anyway, thanks so much for watching Look Back. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and this has been the Dice Tower. Not Look Back, it's Week in Review. Getting my videos mixed up.